Let's introduce our guest tonight on Weekend File, Professor Hawa Yusuf of the Department of Criminology and Gender Studies, Kaduna State University. Professor Yusuf, you're welcome to the program tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Let's begin tonight's discussion by asking you to respond to the widespread cases of sexual violence across Nigeria now, of course, dominating the media, involving all class of women and even children. One, as a woman, and secondly, as a mother, there is, of course, how do you feel about it?
The issue of sexual violence is not actually new. It has been in existence since time immemorial. But the upsurge this period is what is more annoying, and it is important for us to know that it is as a result of the break in the conspiracy of silence that has always been in existence, and this shaming, because since time immemorial, people believe that you should not report sexual violence. And for me, as a woman, sexual violence is not acceptable. It is becoming too much, and every woman, every man, every human out there must come out and say no to sexual violence. Because the tide of sexual violence has gone beyond rape of adult females. It has gone beyond rape or defilement of young females. It has also included our boy children. And as long as we keep quiet and continue to adhere strictly to this conspiracy of silence, we are in trouble. And I tell you, the criminal justice system is also not helping matters, because there are clauses in the criminal justice system that deprive people from coming out to say, I have been raped, my child has been raped. You see families, police officers telling you that these things should not be publicized. You find traditional leaders, you have religious leaders coming to say, don't say it. It is high time we start dealing with perpetrators, stigmatizing them. In fact, for me as a mother, my solution to this increase in sexual violence is death by hanging. People say they should castrate, people say you should cut off the instruments of sexual violence, and I used to say there should be outright killing. Whoever has defied an underage child or any woman without her consent should be sentenced to death.
Let's hold you there for a while. You spoke about criminal justice system. We'll get to that later. But what do you think is actually the cause of the increase? It's not as if we don't know that rape has been there in the past. But what is what do we attribute to this incessant increase in rape in our country right now? What is the problem?
The thing is, now a lot more people are talking about it. We are shouting about it, and as such, the reportage has increased. Now, the people know that they can report. In those days, people have been silenced, and I call it the conspiracy of silence. But I tell you, now because the reportage is becoming higher, people are becoming more and more aware that they can actually report and that they can get justice. That is why we are thinking that it has escalated. It has always been there, but because it was not being properly reported, we have not been able to know. But the rise is because, yes, awareness is being created by all persons. You have NGOs, you have community-based organizations, you have FIDA talking about it, you have the state governments in the various states talking about it, and of recent, we have the federal government also saying people should come out and report. So the high level of incidents that we are seeing has always been there, but was not properly reported. But now that it is being reported, yes, the numbers are increasing.
All right, Professor Hawa Yusuf, do tarry along a while. Let's go for a break now. When we return, we shall discuss more with you on this very particular issue, the increase of rape cases in our country. Stay with us on Weekend File.
Mama, Uncle Kim just called me. His wife just gave birth. Hey! It will not be God, though. Now.
You're watching Weekend File on the NTA Network Service. Professor Hawa Yusuf is still with us on the program tonight. Professor, we have this belief that societal reorientation as well as religion can play major roles in this fight against rape and sexual violations. How do you react to that?
I tell you, Kene, it is very important for us to know that, yes, there is a need for reorientation, both in the society that is based on our culture as well as religion, because a lot of people are afraid of stigmatization. And as such, they kind of try to create this conspiracy of silence. If people begin to get aware that they can get justice, if people begin to know that there are certain things that they can do to stop this continuous pandemic, I call it a pandemic, then we will be able to overcome this. Religion. It's so sad that you find a lot of religious leaders trying to opt for out-of-court settlement for cases of rape or even pedophiling, because you find a lot of young children, and when I say young children, not just the girl child, but also the boy child, being defiled on a daily basis. And what you get are religious leaders coming to say, this is not good, if you put it out, especially a particular religion, if it is more prevalent in a particular religion, you want them to say that it's our religion that is perpetrating it, if it is more in the other one. So there is the need for a reorientation, a complete reorientation. It is not, it affects one's life, but it is not a death sentence. We have seen rape victims that have been able to rise above it, going through the correct counseling, and they have made it big in life. It's not a death sentence. However, the perpetrator also needs to be dealt with. Not until we remove sentimental attachments to perpetrators. Because you find people saying, he's the son of my next door neighbor, he's a relation, he's an uncle, he's a cousin, and then you try to cover this up at home. And in most cases, these perpetrators go on and on and on again. You find these perpetrators not just continuing to defile the same child, but even expanding it to other persons. It is very important for us to change our orientation, change our thinking, discuss sex with your children. It is very important. As you are refusing to discuss it, they can find it on social media, they discuss it among their friends. You need to teach your children how to be able to fight rape. It is very important for rape. It is very to tell their parents that somebody is touching me inappropriately. There is also the need for mothers to begin to talk to their children, to always report any inappropriate gestures from the opposite sex or even same sex.
All right, Professor Hawa Yusuf, thanks for your time tonight on the Weekend File. We'll be talking with Professor Hawa Yusuf of the Department of Criminology and Gender Studies, Kaduna State University and we'll be talking about the increasing cases of rape in our country, Nigeria. Let's quickly bring you sports now.